All right, gang, I'm here. Sorry I had to finish up that last game. Okay, Joel, 3-point mark, good mark. We'll try to use that outside hand. We want the hand towards mid-court. So basically our outside hand, we call it when we mark. And the theory is that we're making it easier for the scorekeepers in the table to see that we have a 3-point shot. Joel, you're too far under the basket. As the lead, we should never get trapped in that kind of, we call it that quicksand, which is the lane. You don't want to be inside that lane as the lead official. Be outside the lane, a step and a half. You'll get a much better angle at the play that's going on there rather than looking it up for everybody's backs. Good mark, Tiffany. Good mark. Okay, good job. Joel's line, that's his sideline. Jeff, I'm not sure if you had a whistle there with all the other whistles in the gym. I couldn't tell if that was your whistle, but recognize that that's Joel's line and wait for him to make that call. Good call. That's our first foul of the game, and it was a solid one. Definitely a shooting foul. Okay, Joel. Tiffany, don't get too low as a trail, right? 28-foot mark is our, so like Jeff had come over to this side, so you were the trail. Now, if you've got a good angle on something, you don't want to leave it, but once that play is done, then pull it up more towards your home base. So Tiffany, we were just talking there, as a trail, the 28-foot mark is our home base. So we don't want to get trapped down in that free throw line extended. Now, with that being said, if you're working a competitive matchup there and your best angle to see that competitive matchup is right there, don't leave that spot just to leave it. So, like if Jeff came over on the rotation, if you got a competitive matchup, stay with it until it kind of breaks up, then you can migrate towards home. Okay, so we had a team control foul. So Jeff, when we go to the table with that, you kind of gave an elbow, kind of like, you know, it was an elbow or a push. But our primary signal is we need to go team control. So we got whatever your cadence is, red, 23, and then the signal for a team control foul. Good job, Joel. Good job. There was definitely contact. It wasn't so much a contact at the time of the shot, but as that shooter went through, the defense came through and actually created that contact and didn't allow that shooter to come straight down to the ground.
Don is doing Don. My official's not down.
I'd go tell him you need him because that court's already behind. Good. Jeff, when you look, rewind that a little bit, I liked your spot as a lead. I liked your positioning. You were about a step and a half outside the lane. Play came down the lane. You had a really good angle. I'm wondering why Joel, you're still there.
Hey, Eli.
Yeah, we should. Joel, you should not have rotated there. Calls in the front court. When we have a foul in the front court, the reporting official is table side. So you were already table side. You report the foul, and then you just stay there. So Jeff, I don't know on that sequence there, if you came across, if you were the C opposite and then Joel had that foul, you probably shouldn't have even migrated over there. You might have confused him. You know, if you're the C opposite, just stay there and stay put. Good call, Tiffany. We definitely had defensive body contact, which disrupted rhythm, speed, balance of the ball handler. Very good sequence of calls there, Tiffany. First we had the defense because they were, you know, bodying up, and then you turned right around and rewarded good defense. He was definitely in legal guarding position. Was he moving? Absolutely, they can be. But he established legal guarding position, and then he was displaced by the offense. Hats off. That was a great call. Good no call. Nothing there. Defense was straight up. Offense went to the ground, but that was on their own accord. Good foul, Joel. There's no doubt that's foul. We're gonna send it down. Don't leave that spot too quick, though. Don't be in such a hurry that you have to go report your foul. You had a player down to the ground there. There was definitely some aggressive exchanging of hands, contact, whatever. Something could happen post-foul during that dead ball period. You know, if those two have a little bit of a history going, there could be some words said. There could be another push or a shove. So make sure that we call that foul, and then make sure that we're going to separate there and we're not going to have any issues. Joel, I gotta get you. I gotta get a hold of you. We have to get you outside that lane farther. When you're working the lead, we just can't have you continually standing inside the paint.
Gonna be white on the baseline. Push here.
Okay, Joel, you can be looking back to help, but your primary job as the lead official is to get down to the end line. You almost got to let your partners who are coming behind there, let them kind of live or die with that call. You had Jeff coming down as the C. I think he had a pretty good angle looking through there, so let him decide if that foul's going to be. You got to get down here and get to the lead. Good rotation, Tiffany. Rotate with a purpose. Good job. Joel picked it up. He's at the C. I'm not so sure we had a foul there, and we're not going to be able to tell on video because the video is shooting through their backs. We had guys reach in, but we had the ball handler had pretty much was kind of driving out of control. We had a reach in there, Just a good judgment. At least you made the call though and you sold it. Every time we have a ball that goes out of bounds, we want to make sure that we're giving a direction. You know, like here, it's kind of noisy in here. We got multiple whistles going on. Our partners may not be able to hear our voice just because of other levels of noise. So, I mean, games, but we always have to make sure we're giving a direction. So my cadence is, I always got the whistle, stop play, I yell the color, so my hands think along with my brain. I'll yell out white, and then boom, point. Jeff, outside hand on a 3-point. And don't try not to turn your back to mid-court. If you look back at that 3-point shot, you actually turn your back was parallel to the mid-court line. Try to keep yourself at maybe like a 45-degree angle so you don't close off any part of the court from your vision. Good call. Definitely a block. Good call, Tiffany. Good reporting mechanics at the table. Tiffany, I had you in a game earlier today, and I really think your foul selection in this game has definitely picked up over where you were in your first game, so kudos to making that adjustment. This screen right up here, it was very almost borderline an illegal screen. If you just rewind that just a little bit, the screen happened right at the top of the key and it was set by 14 white. Per the rule, they have to set that screen within the confines of their shoulder width, right? Within the confines of their body. He definitely had his legs spread out wide. His legs were much wider than his shoulders. So if that contact on that leg just reroutes or disrupts the defender trying to move, then we've got an illegal screen for being set outside his frame of his body. Okay, so we called 51. Wait. Did Black have possession of the ball? Did Black have possession of the ball when you called the foul? Oh, okay. Okay, I was just making sure. I thought the foul happened after Black had possession, but it was on the rebound. I just wanted to make sure that we weren't shooting fouls on a team control foul. Nice job, Tiffany. The crew in and of itself is doing a good job with foul selection. Tiffany, you're doing a really, really good job. There's no doubt you've made some adjustments from earlier games or what you've already gone through with games today, and the adjustments you made are awesome. Good no call. There was some contact there, but the defense was just moving with the ball handler, and the offense kind of created the contact, tried to come back and put the ball up. So. Okay, Joel, you're the C, so get down here. If you hump to get down here, the trail will bring the ball up. If you get down here to C, then you can accept that play as it's coming to you. Jeff, don't be afraid to own that one. And it's just the way it's happened. A lot of the calls have been in Tiffany's area, so she's been making those calls. If you look at that call, when we look at high school coverage, lead has halfway through the lane, correct? And then C picks up the backside of the lane. And that foul was on the backside of the lane, the C side, on the putback. So, and you had a whistle on it. Don't be afraid to own it. That's your primary. A double whistle there, I have no problem with that. That's a great double whistle. But own your primary and just go, and first of all, when we have a double whistle, we want to make sure we have the same thing, right? So whatever it was. Tiffany, I've got 32 black. Yep, okay. I've got it. And then take it to the table. Jeff, good presence on your foul mechanic. Had a whistle, stayed put for that extra couple seconds, made sure nothing else was going on, and then we moved towards the table to do our reporting. We got a little excitement. Sunday. I give the coach credit. Obviously, he wasn't pleased with the call, but he didn't really go after Tiffany at all. He didn't have any. He just kind of like living with the call and moving on. So I give him credit for that. All right, so we got a minute to go in this half. It's 27-27. So obviously a pretty competitive game. They're relatively evenly matched. Whoa. Okay, so that place, Joel, you can be helping out there. Tiffany kind of was screened a little bit as a trail, but we got to be really watching that ball handler. We probably should have either had a foul on the defense for bodying up the ball handler, and then because we potentially missed that, we had 24 white, I think clearly did a shove off. That definitely created displacement, and it was probably out of frustration because the defense was kind of hounding on him. So back that one up, that last sequence coming down here when White was bringing the ball down court. Video, you'll have a good look at it because you're actually going to be looking right through the middle of it. Just back it up and see if you think we should have had anything there. Joel, you're looking right down at this here, and that play happened on this side of the lane. So remember, primary coverage areas, lead has their half of the lane, and then C has their half of the lane. So that play happened on this side, and Joel, you're actually looking right at it. Jeff is looking a little bit through backs. I'm glad he had the call because there was definitely foul there. But I think it would have looked much better, Joel, you making that call because you're looking right into the play. Okay, Joel's got the shot. Good. Good. This is probably going to be a close one. All right, gang, I'm back. Sorry about that. Just had to change clothes so I can get ready to run on the court. So I'm walking in. It's 13:30 to play, and it's 35-35. So I'm not sure what's happened up to this point. You know, coaches and everybody, if everybody's still cool with where we were. Good no call. Tiffany, take a look at that on video. In order to travel, we have to have possession of the ball, right? In my opinion, he went to catch the ball, went through his hands, bounced off his shoulder, and then he came down with possession of the ball. So I don't see that being a travel, because by rule, in order to travel, you have to have possession of the ball. So in that case, he never had possession of the ball. He fumbled the pass. Jeff, that's your line. You are the trail, you're the side official, that is your line. Tiffany should not have to make that call. Now, if you're not sure who it went out on, you've still got to have the whistle, stop sign, and yell out help, and then Tiffany will bring her information. I'm going to use this for a second to tie my shoes. Nice patient 3-point mark, that's good.
Is this black chicken
Good job, Tiffany. Way to get control of the free throw situation. Make sure everything's lined up. We got correct players. Our partners are in position. Good job. Paul, good job of getting a better, a wider look at the lead. Hopefully you're seeing that you get a little bit better angle and you can see a little bit more of what's going on in the paint there. Nice, absolutely. Now, if I were to have a conversation with the coach, if you would ask him about that call, I'd say, Coach, I agree with you. His arms are straight up. but he created contact by moving into him with his body. Paul, don't get trapped too far on the court, especially when the ball's on your side over here. Okay, Paul, yep. Rotate because we're shut. Yep, Tiffany's got it. That's that one weird thing in high school when we have a foul that we're reversing this direction of the ball and we're shipping it, then we have to do that rotation. Did his foul change the direction of the ball? So like Black had it, now he's shipping it that way? Yeah, then you rotate. We have a bonus. Good job, Paul. Way to bring information. Good job. Team control foul. That's being a good partner and bringing information. Good job. Okay, so we had defense who did not have legal guarding position, so that's good. We're like that. I'm good with that call. Because if we didn't call the defense, we were going to have to call the offense. It just seems like everything's starting to escalate a little bit. Everybody's getting maybe a little bit more handsy. So we just need to be aware of that, and the antennas have to start going up to make sure that we don't let anything escalate. We got to continue to call what we've been calling. Good job, Paul. Good job. We have those 4 automatics on ball handler contact, right? Multiple touches. So I like what you came up there because he kind of put his hand up on his shoulder, but that was also the second or third time he touched him in that sequence. And that's that multiple contacts on a ball handler. That's one of our 4 automatics. Tiffany, nice three-point mechanic. You've been doing that very well this game. I just like how patient you are with it. I actually wish I was kind of as patient as you are. It's like shots going up, you clearly have the shooter going up and down, and then you come up and mark it. Okay, let's communicate. Paul's got our shooter. Good. All right, so White is in shooting 2. We had a shooting foul. And they should be shooting 2 the rest of the way out if the scoreboard's correct. That Black has 9 fouls. You know, another aspect of our game is kind of monitoring and making sure that that scoreboard, the data on the scoreboard is correct. If we ever have a gut feeling that it's wrong, then we just ask. You know, can you confirm that that's the 9th foul and not the 10th foul? Especially when you get around to that foul, whether it's 6 going to 7, 9 going to 10. It never hurts sometimes to just ask, just confirming that's the 7th foul, correct? Yep. The right call. Thank you. Good job, Tiffany. Good job of holding your spot, not getting freaked out because players were coming your way. You stood solid. You were able to see who the ball went off of. Made the call. Good job.
Box out.
That one was close down there, that sequence. It almost looked like 51 might have did a little clearing out. He's a big boy, and we want to make sure that we never penalize someone for being big, but in the same token, they can't use their size to create a disadvantage or create space. Jeff, make sure we're not looking up to watch that ball go in. You've got 2 partners out here that they'll see that shot go in. You need to be hawking that paint there if there's going to be a rebound, or even if there isn't going to be a rebound, somebody might do a push or something. So as the lead, we never want to be looking up to see if the ball goes in. Good job, Tiffany. Good job. Good job. The table kind of right away said it was 2 shots, but you know what? Take that extra second, extra minute.
Good shot, Ron. Let's go. Hit another one.
Doesn't the clock run until we get to 2 minutes?
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're good. Perfect. They had stopped the clock, but it worked out anyway. So he ran that extra time down, which it should have been running, and it should stop at 2. So it ended up working out right the same. We're not adding any extra time to the game. White's doing a really good job of just playing straight up defense here in the lane. It's almost causing Black to have to try to create space when they go into the basket. We're doing a good job of sorting that out. We definitely want to make sure that in our secondary coverage areas, we're actually looking in our primary coverage areas, looking for off-ball contact, anything that's bodied up. We should be calling that right there. One is definitely bodying up and creating a disadvantage to the ball handler with the contact. Good call, Paul. Clearly on the arm, because if he would have got the ball wouldn't have kept going up. So that contact was clearly on the arm. Okay, obviously we're going to full court pressure. Jeff, good job of staying back to help out. Good job, Jeff. Way to recognize that shooter. We need to make sure we have the shooter because we could have a timeout here. We could have an injury. So we got to get that in our brain who our shooter is. So if we have a break. All right, we just teed up the coach. So let's get together and talk about it. Let's go. We have a technical?
Yeah.
Okay, so how are they administering technicals?
1 point.
Oh,
Now
okay.
he's shooting his 2 free throws, and we're going to
Oh, so it's just an automatic point.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha. Okay, cool.
Okay, white ball right here.
Okay, so obviously the coach wasn't pleased with something, and he told Paul that he wasn't pleased, and that crossed Paul's line, and he just took care of business. And I think he did a really good job of not being confrontational with it, not being aggressive with it. So we can talk about that real quick.
He dropped the F-bomb out.
You know what I liked about it? I just made the comment. He knows darn well we blew the whistle to get him out.
Here we go, it's white ball.
Hold on.
Hey, I was wide open.
I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, good job. So we have a player with 5 fouls? Okay, so he's got to go, yep. So go to the clock. He's got 15 seconds to replace him.
Been checked in before.
So now that situation, we had a player that had 5 fouls. So whether it was communication from the table, if they didn't let you know, then we can't really be technically to blame at all there, and we're not keeping fouls on the board as far as when a player fouls, how many they have, all that kind of good stuff. But so we did the right thing. We corrected the situation. The player that had 5, get him out, bring the sub in. Now, if for some reason we had informed him that he had 5, but he should have been out even before we were shooting the free throws. So I'm just trying to look and see if the coach was playing any shenanigans there. Our antennas need to be up. That coach is walking a fine line. He's already been whacked. He's walking a fine line and getting double tapped and ran. Paul, I'm not sure what you're doing. Now he's gone. Yep, now he's gone. All right. If he wants to walk off the court, let him walk off the court.